What if I told you that tiny invaders, invisible to the naked eye, have the power to change the world? Welcome to Time Travel Science. Viruses, the smallest invaders changing life on Earth. Viruses, so tiny yet powerful enough to change the course of history. But what exactly are they? Are they alive or just biological robots? How do they invade humans, spread like wildfire, and even wipe out entire populations? And did you know some viruses can act like antibiotics? Today, we uncover the shocking truth about viruses. Stay till the end to find out how the coronavirus changed humanity forever. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing science content. What is a virus? A virus is a microscopic particle that exists in a strange world between living and non-living. It's much smaller than bacteria and isn't made of cells. It's just genetic material wrapped in a protein shell. But here's the creepy part. When a virus finds a host, it hijacks living cells and forces them to make more viruses. Imagine a USB drive that, when plugged into a computer, reprograms it to copy the same virus again and again. That's exactly what viruses do inside our bodies. Are viruses living or non-living? Scientists still debate this. Viruses can't grow, eat, or reproduce on their own, so they seem non-living. But once inside a host, they act alive, multiplying, evolving, and spreading. So are they alive? The answer is both and neither. They exist in a gray area between life and chemistry. How do viruses enter the human body? Viruses are masters of disguise and invasion. They enter through air, respiratory viruses like flu and COVID-19, spread through coughs, sneezes, or even talking. Food and water, norovirus, hepatitis A. Contaminated food can carry viruses. Bodily fluids, HIV, Ebola, spread through blood, saliva, and other fluids. Insect bites, dengue, Zika, yellow fever. Mosquitoes. What happens when a virus enters the body? Once inside, viruses attach to specific cells, like a lock and key. They inject their genetic material, taking over the cell's machinery. Instead of doing its normal job, the cell becomes a virus factory, making thousands of new viruses until it bursts open. These new viruses then infect more cells, spreading throughout the body, causing symptoms like fever, cough, or even organ failure. Do viruses enter cells after entering the body? Yes, viruses don't just float around. They must enter cells to survive. That's why they're called obligate intracellular parasites. They can't reproduce without a host cell. Some viruses enter quickly, while others, like HIV, can stay hidden for years before attacking. Are viruses good or bad? Most people think of viruses as deadly, but not all viruses are bad. Some viruses are actually beneficial. Bacteriophages. These viruses attack harmful bacteria and are being used as natural antibiotics. Oncolytic viruses. Scientists are using viruses to target and destroy cancer cells. Gut virome. Your body is full of good viruses that help digest food and regulate your immune system. So, are viruses good or bad? The answer is both. How do viruses spread so fast and kill living organisms? Viruses are like wildfire, fast, unstoppable, and deadly. They spread by mutation and evolution. Viruses change their structure quickly, making them harder to stop. High reproduction rate. One infected person can spread viruses to thousands. Airborne transmission. Some viruses, like COVID-19, can survive in the air and infect people from a distance. Zoonotic jumps. Some viruses, like Ebola and COVID-19, start in animals and jump to humans, leading to new outbreaks. When viruses spread too fast, they can wipe out entire species, like the smallpox virus, which killed millions before being eradicated. How did coronavirus affect humanity? COVID-19 changed the world in ways we never imagined. It killed millions globally, shut down economies and everyday life, led to the fastest vaccine development in history, created long COVID, where some people still suffer symptoms years later. But it also led to scientific breakthroughs, new vaccines, and a greater understanding of pandemics. Do you know viruses change their genetic material and keep infecting us? Viruses evolve way faster than humans. By mutation, small changes in their genetic code make them harder to detect. Recombination, some viruses swap genes with others, creating new deadly strains. Antigenic shift, the flu virus, for example, can combine with animal flu strains, creating pandemics. Viruses may be microscopic, but they've shaped human history, from ancient plagues to modern pandemics. They can kill, but they can also heal. And in the future, viruses might be the key to curing genetic diseases. That's why flu vaccines change every year, and why COVID-19 kept mutating into new variants. Now let's talk about COVID. COVID-19 is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which carries RNA instead of DNA like humans. When the virus enters the body, it sneaks into human cells and tricks them into reading its RNA, like a hacker rewriting a computer program. The cells, thinking they are following normal instructions, start making copies of the virus. Unlike DNA, RNA viruses mutate quickly, leading to new variants. This constant change helps the virus survive and spread. While our immune system fights back, vaccines and treatments help stop the virus from taking over. Imagine a thief who breaks into houses. At first, the police recognize him because of his red hoodie and black mask. So they set up security cameras and alarms that go off whenever they see someone in a red hoodie and black mask. Now, the thief realizes he's being caught too easily, so he changes his disguise. He starts wearing a blue hoodie and sunglasses instead. The security cameras don't recognize him anymore, and he sneaks into houses again. This is exactly what the coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, does. The virus has a spike protein, which is like its hoodie and mask. Our immune system, the police, recognizes it and fights back. But over time, the virus mutates, changes its disguise, making it harder for our immune system to detect. For example, the original COVID-19 virus wore a red hoodie, but then the Delta variant came along wearing a blue hoodie. It spread faster and was harder to stop. Later, Omicron appeared, wearing a green jacket and a hat, making it even more contagious but slightly less dangerous. Sometimes two different thieves, virus variants, team up and exchange disguises, creating a super thief that's even trickier to catch. This is called recombination, like when Delta and Omicron mix to form Deltacron. Viruses evolve and so does knowledge. Subscribe to Time Travel Science and stay ahead of the invisible world. Like the video if you enjoyed it.